So I'm here with BTCC driver Nick Foster. So Nick, you've just done qualified a very impressive P9, and considering how the time was and people were really making some great improvements, you must be really happy with that.
Yeah, it was tricky conditions out there. We went out on wet tyres first of all, but then there was quickly a dry line that was coming, but it wasn't everywhere. Out the back and in certain places it was still wet, but you knew that grip was going to keep coming. So we made a decision to come in sort of fairly early and get onto the slick tyres, and then just keep going around and building heat into it, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to build heat into the tyre, and then you've got to start pushing, because every lap there was a little bit more grip, and that gave you the confidence to push that little bit more. So I'm sure, looking at the time screen, it was one of those qualifyings where it was all moving up and down quite a lot. But no, we were really pleased to get P9. The car was really strong, and the eBay Motors has done a great job.
It seems like yesterday that you were getting yourself suited and booted, ready to go out for your first race. Now we're here for the last ever weekend this season.
Yeah, I know it's gone really quick this season. I think it's been a great season for touring cars. I think the crowds have been great. I think there's been a great atmosphere all the way through, and there's been some great racing. But yeah, I can't believe how quickly it's gone, and here we are again. But it's been a great season, and we hope we're going to have a good finish to it.
Now, it's been a great season for you. You've been up quite consistently in qualifying by your time last year. How far up were you this year?
What do you mean in terms of
in lap pace? Your quickest lap in qualifying compared to your quickest lap last year?
I don't know what it was actually, but the conditions weren't completely dry, so I don't know actually where it was. But I think in the dry session in FP2, I think we were about half a second to 3/4 of a second quicker than we were in qualifying last year. So that probably gives you a sort of feel for how the car's performing. And it's a credit to the eBay Motors BMW team for the work that they've done sort of over the winter and all the way through the season to give us such a great car.
And finally, obviously you're starting P9 for race 1 tomorrow with your rear-wheel drive advantage.
Advantage?
There's not much of an advantage anymore. Yeah, well, with your rear-wheel drive start, it puts you in good contrast for top fives in race 1, and if you can stay in the top 10 for race 1 and 2, if it doesn't quite go your way in race 2, you might get a draw in race 3 and get yourself your first podium of the season.
You never know. We can only hope, can't we? So, we're going to go out there. We're going to be battling. We just got to get a good start. Try and keep out of trouble for the first couple of laps to make sure we don't get involved in anything silly, and then we're pushed from there. I think the car will have good race pace. But we'll see what happens if the day is anything like today. I think it's going to be a very much a lottery. But whatever the conditions, you just got to deal with it and get on with it.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Nick, and very good luck for the races tomorrow.
Thanks, Lewis. Good to see you.